Hello, I'm Kevin Wood from King's Walk Contact Lenses, and I'm talking to you today about Ortho K contact lenses. Ortho K contact lenses are special gas permeable contact lenses designed so that you put them in at night time just before you go to bed. You wear them overnight for about 6 hours normally, 6 hours minimum is what they recommend, 6 hours or more. And when you take them out in the morning, then you can see clearly all day. It's a fantastic lens for young children, for sportsmen, for people that work on computer screens and find soft lenses do dry out a little bit. But certainly Ortho K lenses are great if you don't want to wear lenses during the day. What we actually normally do with Ortho K is, first of all, you come in and we'll talk about your prescription, because there's only a certain range that's actually can be corrected from about -0.75, -1, very lowish short-sighted prescription, up to about -5. They say you can push the prescription fraction to about 550, but -5 is where I find the best results for Ortho K are. And if you're short-sighted and you fall within that power range, then we measure you on this special topographer machine, and it maps the corneal shape. It maps the curve of your cornea exactly. So we can get that information, we can get your spectacle prescription, and we send it to the manufacturers that make Ortho K. And we use number 7, who make Dreamlight or iDream lenses. They're our preferred manufacturer. They make a very good quality lens, very high oxygen porous lens, so when you wear it overnight it lets your eyes breathe extremely well. So we do all those measurements, we send those information to number 7, and it takes normally around about a week to make a pair of Ortho K lenses. They come back to us and we book you in for 2 appointments. First appointment is to show you how to put these special lenses in, how to remove them. They are gas permeable lenses, so they're a little bit more uncomfortable to wear. You've put them in initially and you will feel them, and then we let them settle, we check the fitting, we make sure the vision through them, which should be good, it should be as good as a pair of spectacles or glasses, and then we show you how to remove them. Now removing them is a very simple rubber suction holder which can remove them, or we show you the traditional gas burn techniques there. So we'll show you how that's done, we'll show you what that shows you, what the comfort of the lenses actually feel like, and then we see you the next day. Because what you do that night is you go home, you put them in for the first night, sleep in them, and then you come back the next day and we check, see what's happened. Now normally, if say for instance you're -4, we expect the next day to go down to about -3, maybe even -250. So you won't go down to 0 if you're -4. You go about 150 in the first night. And we measure you again on this special topographer, we map the cornea, we see how it's flattened the cornea, and we just see how much it's changed. We also check the prescription again and we see how it looks. And then we send you away for another week. And then as that week goes on, progressively it will go down, the prescription will get better and better, to the point that we'd expect you to go down to perfect, zero-powered prescription, and you'll start finding all day the vision's very good indeed. Ortho Ks, as I was saying, fantastic for children, because they're very good because you can, as a parent, you can keep an eye on them when they put them in at night, or you can put them in at night time. You can keep an eye on them in the morning when they take them out. Hygiene, you can make sure they wash their hands and doing everything correctly. And then basically during the day there's no lenses in at all, so it's a contact lens which is very good because you can keep an eye and you can make sure everything's all okay. The other good thing also with children is they actually act as a myopia control. So for instance, if the child's -150 and you as a parent is very short-sighted, -6, 7, 8 or 9, they will prevent the child getting any worse if they stayed with Ortho K for some time, for a decade or 2 decades. If they stayed with those Ortho Ks and stopped wearing them, they should only go back to their original -150. It won't go back to what they would have eventually been. So Ortho K acts as a myopia control lens, which is very good if you don't want them to ever be in the realms of the higher -powers prescriptions. Also it's very good because so they're at school, they can do the sports, they can do everything there. And the other good person for Ortho K is is the person that uses computers all day and finds that when they're staring at a screen, they're getting dry eye problems, they're getting irritations. Then the actual Ortho gets good because they're not wearing lenses at all, so you get none of the dryness in the day at all. You just basically put them in at night time, put up with them, the small hassle of putting them in, and then take them out in the morning. You do need to use a solution. There is a very simple all-in-one solution which is used, but it's very simple to use, and you basically in the morning give them a clean, put them back into a fresh solution over the day and just store them over the day. Problems that you can get from Ortho K, occasionally there can be. One of the biggest issues when you start trialing them in the winter is occasionally we get a bit of night flare from car headlights coming towards you when you're driving. So we do recommend, obviously, the best time of the year is March right the way through to sort of September. They're the best months to try Ortho K with the lighter nights, then it makes a big difference. Because they are gas permeable lenses, there is a very small bit of discomfort when you get used to the lenses, but that has never normally been a problem. People have got used to them, they've said the comfort's not an issue. It's just that first week, putting them in the first day, you're aware of them because they're a harder lens, gas perm lens, and then as the week goes on, that discomfort gets better and better, and you get used to them on that side there. And occasionally, very occasionally, we try, especially the higher -4 to 450, -5 prescriptions, and it doesn't fully correct the prescription. It all depends on the epithelial layer of the cornea. So some people are different, and you don't get quite the full prescription. Instead of taking them down to 0, it takes them down to about -1 or -0.75. So it's not good enough for driving. So they're the sort of slight problems with Ortho K, but certainly with the amount of people and amount of patients we have wearing them, they find it's very good indeed. So if you were interested in Ortho K, just book in for an appointment. We'll do a consultation initially. We will talk to you all about your eyes and see if they're within the prescription range, map your cornea, make sure they're healthy, make sure there's no problems before we go ahead with it. And then we go ahead and we order them. The cost factor, they're around about £100 to trial it. The trial involves a month where we trial the lenses, we show you how they are, you go away for a month and try them, and then after a month, if everything's great and you're really happy with them, we're looking £39 a month on direct debit. Now what does that cover you? That covers you your lenses every 6 months, so they replace the lenses every 6 months, covers your solution, 1 bottle of solution a month. It covers all your aftercare and routine checkups that you need doing while wearing this type of lens. And it covers you for 2 extra lenses a year if you do lose or damage them. So you are covered on there. So there's nothing really to pay for, just your routine spectacle prescription needs doing once every 2 years or a year, depending on your age. And that's separately there. But yeah, so if you're interested, then give us a ring. Best to phone us on 0115 9474 387. Thank you very much.